Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man tabi'a sunnatahu ila yawmiddin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome again to another session of Adab Mufrad, chapter 202. To revile, to insult, to curse a Muslim is to indeed err, to make an error. Sa'ab ibn Malik said, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, reviling a Muslim is erring behavior, incorrect, wrong behavior. Anas said, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, was neither the Prophet sallallahu was neither coarse nor a curser nor a reviler. He would say when he wanted to censor someone, what is wrong with him? May his forehead be dusty. And this word they use in Arabic for this is translated literally as may his forehead be dusty. It's from those common expressions amongst the Arabs which have a negative literal meanings but are rather intended as supplications for the one to whom it was said. It could be used likewise to call his attention to an important matter he has been oblivious about or the like. The hadith describes the beautiful character of the Prophet ﷺ and emphasizes the need to emulate him, peace and blessings be upon him, by abstaining from insulting the people and cursing them. Abdullah said, the Prophet ﷺ said, reviling a Muslim is erring behavior and fighting with them is disbelieving behavior. So the narration proves, amongst others, that 1. It is prohibited to insult a Muslim except for a religious reason. Similarly, a Muslim may only be fought for a religious reason. For example, those who would refuse to give the obligatory charity are to be compelled by the authority to do so and fought when they persist in not. 2. Islam prohibits whatever basically leads to evil. So it prohibits insulting the Muslim, which may eventually lead to fighting, which may lead to even spilling of blood. Allah alone we seek refuge from. 3. That Iman, faith, is such that it rises with good deeds and falls with evil deeds. When a person insults a Muslim, his Iman, his faith, drops, which may lead him to fight him. 4. Some actions may be termed kufr, disbelief, and conversely, some may be termed Iman. This demonstrates the fact that good deeds, actions are from Iman, as opposed to the deviant position of the Murji'ah, that a person, the group known as the Murji'ah, that a person's Iman is not affected by his actions, whether good or bad. 5. Not everything mentioned to be kufr, disbelief, in the text of the Quran and Sunnah translates to be disbelief that takes a person out of the fold of Islam. In this hadith, for example, fighting a Muslim is described as kufr, yet Allah refers to two Muslim parties that fall into a fight as brothers in faith between whom reconciliation should be sought, as we know in Surah Al-Mujadilah. Abu Dhar said, I heard the Prophet ﷺ say, if a man accuses another man of deviance or accuses him of disbelief, that accusation will return on him if the one whom he accused is not as he said. So the commentary, the narration has been reported in the two Sahihs, from the hadith of Ibn Umar and Abu Dhar, and in Sahih al-Bukhari from the hadith of Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with them, with slightly different wordings but the same meaning. It highlights, among others, that 1. It basically discourages accusing a Muslim of deviance or disbelief. The path of admission with good words in a nice manner should be followed firstly, such that if such statements will be made, the deviance or disbelief of the person will be clear. 2. Only those who are well grounded in the matters that make a person become a deviant or disbeliever should utter such statements. The interfering ignorant risks falling into grave errors. 3. If the one to whom the statement was made is as described, then it does not return to the one who made it. Explanations have varied regarding what actually returns to the person who wrongly says to his Muslim brother, O kafir, O disbeliever. Some explain that the accuser becomes a disbeliever if he believes that to wrongly accuse his brother is allowed in the Sharia. Others say that this insult of his brother returns to him and he bears the sin of wrongly accusing his brother of disbelief. It is also explained that his wrongfully accusing his brother of disbelief may lead such a person to the disbelief that takes a person out of the fold of Islam. However, what appears most correct, and Allah knows best, is that such an accuser has committed a grievous sin, but has not committed the disbelief that takes a person out of the fold of Islam. This is because in other wordings of the hadith, it says, whoever says to his brother, O disbeliever, this expression indicates they are both brothers. If any one of them goes out of Islam, they will not be referred to as brothers in the first place. Secondly, despite the fact that the Khawarij declared those who are Muslims by consensus, the companions and those upon their path as disbelievers, the companions and their students still related with them as Muslims, observed the prayers behind them, and the scholars among them had intellectual discussions with such people. They did not rule them as disbelievers. Thirdly, the Prophet ﷺ said, cursing the believer is like killing him. Whosoever accuses the believer of disbelief, it's like killing him. In Al-Bukhari and Muslim. It is known that killing a Muslim is a grievous sin, which is not disbelief. Abu Dhar said he heard the Prophet ﷺ say, the person who knowingly claims a father other than his own has disbelieved. The person who claims to be from a people when he is not one of them will take his place in the fire. And the person who calls a man an unbeliever or says enemy of Allah, when that is not the case, the accusation will come back on him. So we can see here from the commentary that claiming other than one's father knowingly is a grievous sin. Likewise, wrongfully claiming to be from a people, these false claims confuse the people's lineage, and the rulings of the religion that are lineage-based become misplaced. However, if a person makes such wrong claims unknowingly, then it is not a sin. The hadith also proves that one must properly look at things before affirming or denying it. It also shows that the word kufr may be employed to refer to actions, sins, and so conversely, iman may also refer to actions and good deeds. In another hadith, Sulaiman bin Surad said, two men reviled each other in the presence of the Prophet ﷺ, and one of them became so angry that his face puffed out and changed color. The Prophet ﷺ said, I know some words which will make what he feels depart if he says them. The man went to the other and told him what the Prophet ﷺ had said. He said, the Prophet ﷺ said, seek refuge with Allah from the accursed shaitan. The other responded, do you think that there is something wrong with me? Am I mad? Go. So this shows us, Imam Nawawi explains, this demonstrates that 1. To be angry for the sake of Allah, other than Allah the Most High is from the insinuations of the whisperings of the accursed shaitan. 2. Whosoever becomes so afflicted should seek refuge and say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitan ar-rajim. I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. 3. It, i.e. to seek refuge as described, is a means to removing the anger. The hadith also proves that to seek refuge with Allah from the accursed shaitan is not restricted to the person who is mad, in direct contradiction to the one who thought so in error and even sent his companion away. Perhaps for this reason Imam al-Bukhari placed this hadith under the heading because the person exceeded the limits of the Sharia in his anger and his refusal to accept admonition. Abdullah said, between every two Muslims there is a veil from Allah the Mighty and Exalted. When one of them says ugly words to his companion, he has removed the veil of Allah. When one of them says to the other, you're an unbeliever, then one of them has disbelieved. One of them has disbelief. So this is, all this hadith are showing us, brothers and sisters, that the importance of, again, not abusing the Muslim, not being rude to them, not shouting at them, not cursing them and insulting them, and definitely not fighting them. And this is behavior that is unacceptable in Islam. So, as always, if we take away these lessons and we take away this behavior, we try to implement it in our daily lives, we inshallah can be the better people. We inshallah can be those who receive great reward for our deed, inshallah. And until next week's session, inshallah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.